Hey, who turned out the lights? A man working in the attic was yelling because his lights had just gone out. It had gone very dark and was about to stick his foot through the ceiling. In the attic of a house, it's usually a very dark place. There are usually only 2x4s to walk around on or to crawl around on up there. With insulation, wiring, and ductwork in the way, he was having a real hard time maneuvering around. Now this man cannot see where to put his feet. You see, sin is the darkness in this world. We live in it every day. As Christians, we need light of the God to show us our way. Only with God can we clearly see where we are going. Our light is not enough to see. We must have light when working in dark places. I will tell you why and how to plug into a power source that will never die. But first, we must get rid of our old power supply. God is light, and there is no darkness in him. Wherever God is, there is light. If there is darkness where you are, then God is not there. If we are claiming to be in God's will and still living in sin, we are lying to ourselves. If we are liars, then we cannot see to have fellowship with him. If we cannot have fellowship with him, then we cannot have fellowship with each other. So how can I stop living in darkness, you ask? We must admit that we are sinners and we live in a dark world. We must believe that Jesus Christ died and rose from the grave, ascended into heaven for eternity, and we must confess that Jesus is Lord of our life. The death of one man has brought light to us all. His resurrection from the grave is the switch that turned on that light. The Spirit is the unlimited power supply that we need to live in this world. Remember the man that was about to step through the ceiling? The man working in the attic forgot to secure his power supply. Once there, his power supply had came loose. The lights had gone out. Realizing what he forgot to do, called out for help. His helper heard his call and secured his power supply. He can now clearly see where to put his feet. This is why we must secure our power supply before going into any dark place. You must ask for help. This world is a dark place. Since we live in a dark world, we need to keep light with us. A light powered by our own power is not strong enough to see in this darkness. You need a light with an unlimited power supply. You need the light of Jesus Christ. The death of Jesus is the light that you need. The resurrection is the power supply that keeps the light on. As Christians, our power source has an unlimited supply of power. People, quit turning off the power. When you dabble in sin, we are turning off the light. We are disconnecting from the power source that keeps the light on. Asking for forgiveness is the only way we can turn the lights back on. If the blood of Christ has cleansed us, then we must stop living in sin. So has your light gone out? Are you ready? Are you ready to ask for forgiveness and turn the light back on? Will you connect with the power source that never runs out? Come forward now and connect to the everlasting power source in Jesus Christ. Now is the time to ask God into your life. Now is the time to renew your commitment to Christ.